The national effort to close the digital divide in rural America. And one commissioner recently visited the Midwest to better understand how FCC programs help connect communities to the internet. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock has more.
FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr just returned from a crash course in farm technology.
Farmers increasingly are collecting silos worth of data. They're pulling radar information off of their tractors, they have drone-based images, historic soil sample data. And the challenge that we're seeing out there is once you collect all this data on the farm, you need to get a high-speed broadband connection to get that data up to the cloud where it can be crunched. And we've seen farms that have done that, and they're seeing a 30% or better increase in production and efficiency.
While in the Midwest, he met with several small broadband providers and returned to D.C. to offer his support to stopping enforcement of an FCC rule the commissioner says unfairly drives up rural broadband costs.
At the FCC, what we're focused on is how do we lower the regulatory barriers to getting into this business so we can see more competition. In fact, at the commission, we took a step that's expected to cut about $5 to $10 off of the monthly bill for broadband for a particular set of rural broadband providers and therefore their consumers in that area. $5 to $10 oftentimes doesn't seem like a big deal in DC, but when you cut $5 to $10 off of the actual bill, monthly bill that a family's paying, that can make the difference between it being affordable or not.
Beyond cutting regulations, Carr says improving support for rural providers who deliver internet to under and unserved communities is the FCC's top priority.
This summer we're going to be starting a new what we call auction. So in the FCC we have a roughly $10 billion a year universal service program, and we use that money to help support deployment in a lot of these rural, hard to serve areas where the private sector business case isn't there. So right now we're reorienting that funding to help support additional deployments. So it's happening now, it's going to continue to happen, and so we're excited about the future.
On his trip, Commissioner Carr found his way to the top of a water tower where a local broadband provider was installing antenna to send wireless internet to farms miles away. He says it was a, quote, tough climb and hard work required to bring broadband to more Americans. For RFD-TV, I'm Sarah Mock in Washington.
Well, over the course of several days, Commissioner Carr traveled more than 1,200 miles across the Midwest with stops in Michigan, Indiana, Nevada, Nebraska, and South Dakota.